Welcome back to Ozarks Tonight. I'm Heather Lewis. COVID-19 has had a profound impact on our economy and how people are able to provide for their families. One basic need many are struggling to get is diapers. Kelly Paparilla is with Diaper Bank of the Ozarks, here to tell us more about an urgent need. So first, thanks for being here with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So for those who are unaware, let's first explain what Diaper Bank of the Ozarks does and who you serve.
Sure. So Diaper Bank of the Ozarks is a member of the National Diaper Bank Network. We're one of the 200 members that are in the nation. What a diaper bank does is we store a lot of diapers and then we distribute them to partner agencies. So we have about over 100 agencies and we serve over 55 counties in the Ozarks. And these are agencies like Crosslines, Harmony House, Isabel's House, Pregnancy Care Center. So lots of different agencies that you would recognize here in Springfield, about 12 of them in the city, in Greene County up to about 30. And so we just continue to give those diapers out to those agencies so they can get them to the people who are in need, and people are able to get food and diapers, or they're able to get, prenatal care and health care with their diapers, or of course, depending on what the agency provides, they get these wonderful services along with the diapers that we provide.
What has the pandemic done in terms of who's in need and how you get your supplies?
Right. So toilet paper was not the only thing that was hard to get during the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, in both March and April and most of May, we were not able to purchase diapers from our normal wholesale outlets. In fact, when I put an order in, they said, "You're panic buying." And I'm like, "No, we always buy, 20,000 diapers from you." And so it was really stressful for us to not have the ability to purchase the diapers. And luckily, our inventories were able to be supported with what we already currently had on hand. And we ran out of size 2 diapers pretty quickly, and it was amazing when our community, reached out and were able to purchase size 2 diapers. And every week I'd come to work, I would have enough size 2 diapers to be able to distribute out for that week. And so it was really hard when this all hit for us, because we also had to reduce the amount of volunteer hours that we would normally see in the warehouse setting. So it was quite awesome how we were able to adjust, and we learned a lot from the process, and but we would never want to relive it again. So
now, is there an urgent need still right now? And if so, is it that size 2 diaper, or what are you all looking at in terms of needs?
Yeah, when it comes to the needs of what the diaper bank could have is when you want to purchase diapers, we would love to have size newborns, and we could use size 2s. And we're also very, very critically low on size 6. Now, with the size 6 diapers, you will notice that the wholesale or the retail cost is quite expensive for those size 6 diapers. So we always would take, monetary donations so we can get those size 6 diapers at a very affordable price. So $1 will diaper a baby for a day. So we could do a lot with the monetary donations as well.
Do you accept in-house donations as well?
We are. We in the beginning, we really kind of strayed away from that. And I guess you could see the heat of the pandemic. We do accept in-house donations, and we do have a certain protocol that we kind of go with that. I kind of ask, the origins of those diapers. We want to really make sure that, if you have been ill, don't donate any, but we will quarantine those kind of donations, and they won't go out for distribution for at least 2 weeks. So it's we do take those donations, and I will keep them separate. So
now, something else people can get involved in is the Healthy Happy Baby contest. Tell us about that.
So in response to fundraising during a pandemic and where you can't have events like we would normally have, we had been talking about doing something online anyways. And so we really wanted to, our mission is to keep babies healthy and happy by distributing diapers to partner agencies serving families in need throughout the Ozarks. So that's our mission statement. So we decided to have a healthy and happy baby contest, and it's a fundraiser and it's a lot of fun. We ask our contestants to donate $10 to join our efforts, and then we are asking them to create a fundraiser on Facebook. And so crowdsource funding is a way we can really make some money during this time, and it doesn't have to be a lot because, like I said, $1 will diaper baby a day for a day. So the person who raises the most money at the end, we will announce the winner on Father's Day, and the person who's won the most money will win the grand prize, which is in value of over $650. It will include some photography. It includes several meals and other things that are really awesome in there. And then we'll have a drawing for any of the follow-up winners, or people who have done fundraisers. We'll have some additional prizes for them as well.
And what's the best way to enter that and get more information on the best ways to donate as well? Is there a website?
Absolutely, diaperbankoftheozarks.org, or you can always check us out on Facebook, and we'll have links that go back to our website as well. Or you can simply email me if you have any questions, and it's just Kelly, Kelly, @dbozarks.org.
All right, Kelly with Diaper Bank of the Ozarks, thank you so much for letting us know about this urgent need. And of course, like you said, the toilet paper was in high demand, but the little ones sure need to be remembered during all of this as well, too.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will be right back with more Ozarks Tonight.